All right, we are live. Can anybody hear me out there? Hello? Anybody hear me? Maybe I'm not doing this right, am I? Oh, here we go. I think we're live now, are we? Anybody hear me out there? Khalif is going to join us. Khalif, there's Orion. Hi to you. Thanks for joining us. Coach Chameleon, can you hear me? Oh, disconnected. Gematria 32, hi to you. PMC, how are you doing? Thank you. How's everybody's week? We had a good Sunday. It's been a crazy few days. Loud and clear. Thank you for that. Yeah, I'm just on here to see anybody have any questions. We had a great Sunday on there in the golf and the NFL. 5 for 5 NFL, and then the 170 to 1 shot in the golf was pretty good. I know we've had quite a few new guys sign up during the week. Just waiting to hear from those guys to see if they have any questions or not. If anybody needs the spreadsheets, just let me know. Send me your email. Use Gmail because it's a Google product and no other emails work with it, seems to be. So unfortunately, it has to be Gmail only. Trying to think of anything else. Then the Discord as well. If you need a link to the Discord, let me know. I will send that to you as well. Just when you go on the Discord, you got to turn your name blue. There's a Patreon section there, and it's just for Patreon members. So yeah, turn your name blue when you get on there. There's a little link to show you how to do that. Jacqueline, how you doing? Thank you for your message there. Yep, we had a nice win. Lucas, how you doing? Thank you for that. Lucas over there in Canada, thank you. Hi to Canada. I'm in Ireland here. I'm in Donegal in Ireland. Apparently the fourth best place in the world to visit right now, according to some magazine out there, voted as the fourth best. We were number one in the world a few years ago, according to National Geographic. Yeah, anybody, any questions? Nope. Cable X, hey, how you doing? Is that where the Lord of the Rings, I think, was in New Zealand. We had Star Wars here. The Star Wars movie was filmed here, and there's a movie coming out now with Liam Neeson in the next few months called The Land of Saints and Sinners or something, and that was made right where I'm at. It was filmed right in this town. Some of it was filmed in this town, and some of it was filmed in another town close by, but it was mostly filmed in Donegal. So look out for that. Liam Neeson. The Land of Saints and Sinners, I think it's called. Khalif wants to join. Let me get Khalif in here. Let me turn your mic on. Khalif.
Yep. How you doing?
Hey, what's up, man?
Nothing too much, man. Glad to be here. I actually came across you. You did a live stream with Zach maybe a year or two ago.
Yeah, I might have done that. Yeah, I might have done that. Yeah,
Yup.
yeah.
And I kind of been intrigued and kind of ready to step outside of the big 2-3 sports and kind of check out golf with that huge win you guys had this weekend.
Yeah, golf is huge, man. There's a lot of money to be made in golf, and plus you don't have to spend a lot of money either. You know,
Yeah,
because
I'm in that just kind of looking
the
at
odds
the
are
odds.
so good.
Yeah, no, and your spreadsheets are awesome. It probably takes you forever to put those together.
Well, I update them every weekend. Usually start on Saturday morning when the field for the next tournament comes out. I start then and I put in all the players, and then Monday the stats come out for all. They update the stats for how many tournaments they played, plus the rankings comes out. So then I spend a good few hours on Monday putting in the stats as well. So yeah, it's a lot of work, but it's very very rewarding at the end of the day when you can do what we do every week in golf. You know.
No, yeah, for sure. What's the frequency of golf tournaments? Are they like once a month or a couple times a month?
No, they're every week, but I think next week there's none, but the week after that there's a tournament.
Oh, yeah,
Uh,
thank you.
but then they'll be taking a wee bit of a recess in December for
Okay.
Christmas. But once the new year hits, it's every
Okay.
single week up until December, and then it takes a little break again. So
Nice. No, I'm glad to be here. Just wanted to pop in because I know I'm in the Discord and you're like, who the heck is this? So I just wanted to put a name to the
that's
face.
okay.
Uh, I'm here to check you out, man. I appreciate it.
Oh, I appreciate it too. Thank you for joining us, man. I appreciate it very much. Yep, the more the merrier, man. Yeah.
Indeed. Thanks, Bali.
All right, Kelly. Thank you very much, man. Take care.
Indeed. Same to you.
All right, bud. Anybody else want to join us on here? I'll send you the link, or I'll post the link here. Maybe I don't know if anybody can see this. I'll check this out here. Yeah, the Discord does have some heavy hitters there. PMC. Yep. Thank you. Yep. Hi, Deanna. Thank you from Oregon. Thank you very much. And Orion also on there. You're very welcome to the live stream. Anybody else want to jump on there can jump on. The link is in the comments there. Hopefully you can see it. All right, back. Yeah. Does Khalif want to get back on again? I don't know. I don't know if he wants to get back on. Nope. All right. Okay. Good. All righty. Anybody else or any questions? No questions. Everybody. The video. I made a video there for you guys, the new guys as well, to check out. I put it on the post on Patreon, and you can check that out if you have any questions. I think it covers everything. The spreadsheets, how to bet as well. A lot of people don't know how to bet in golf, and which is it's new to a lot of people. But the video should explain all that stuff. But I know there was a guy in Discord looking for a live stream. I don't know where he's at, if he's in here or not. Let me see if I can find him. I'll post this in here again. Yeah, I think I have an idea who's going to win the European tour this weekend. I didn't even look at it, to be honest. I was so busy. I like to spend a lot of time on the golf and the NFL. The Thursday football one probably be out tomorrow. I haven't had. That's a tough call, that game. tomorrow night. We were looking at it. Half of the group likes Baltimore, half of the group likes Cincinnati. We're still working on that one. There is some good clues for both sides, both teams. I may just give it a miss or take the points with Cincinnati. I don't know, but that's a tough call, and I have to look into it a little more. The Euro 2024. Yeah, who do you think, Orion? Because we were looking at that as well a few weeks ago. Possibly England, but we don't know. I will be working on the snooker next week because we've no golf. There's a big tournament in snooker coming up, the UK Championship. I'm going to be working on that. I've already did a bit of work on it. The Patreon people, the Discord people will know, but I'm going to take a deeper look into it. It's kind of my pick so far is depending on if this guy plays any more matches between now and then. I don't think there's any more for him, but we'll have to wait and see. I'll make that call closer to the tournament and then post it on Patreon for the winner. It should be a decent odds for this guy, so we'll look for that. And then there's something else too coming up. Oh, the darts. We always do the darts every year as well. We've hit on that a few times. The World Championship starts in the end of December, coming up to Christmas. So we'll be covering that as well. And hopefully we'll get the winners in both. It'll be sweet. Yeah, do you like the Netherlands for the Euros? Yeah, it's quite possible. It's quite possible. I have to look deeper into that as well. Think about Harry Kane going to Germany. It's in Germany, I think. It's kind of the idea behind picking England, I think, but we'll have to wait and see. Anybody else got any questions or anything? NHL tonight. Is that Aho on the Carolina Hurricanes? Interesting. Yeah, 223rd goal. Yeah, Philadelphia 223. That's interesting. PMC, very possible there. That looks pretty good. Hold on, we got another few guys on there. There's MM is coming in here. MM, will be get your mic sorted. MM, you there?
Hey.
What's happening? You're on.
No. I'm just checking in with you. I had just subbed recently. I found out about you through Zach. I feel like I see it in the chat that a lot of people be finding you through Zach, but
Yep.
It's been a little while. I was subscribed for like a year ago.
Okay.
It's been a little minute, but in terms of just like this week, I'm thinking of Camilo. And there's a lot of good numbers pointing in that direction. So I'm interested.
Right.
What do you think with that?
Yeah, I really don't want to talk about the picks on here because we're on YouTube live, so the picks are up there. Like I've laid it out what we think on Discord because we have a lot of guys. We have some great minds on there that work with us every week. The picks they speak for themselves in relation to why they should win. But I like to keep that between this Discord group and ourselves.
Understood. I apologize for that.
No problem. No, it's no problem.
But no. Aside from that, I love your work and I love everything you're doing. So I appreciate you.
Well, Emma, thank you for that. I appreciate that very much, and thanks for coming on board as well.
Of course. Also, even though I'm on here, my name is Maki. You probably I've DM'd you a couple times, and yeah, so it's just Maki.
Yeah, I remember the name now. Yeah, I got you. Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah. All right, Maki.
Thanks.
All right, take care. Thank you, bud.
You as well.
All right. Hi to Sven Dobbs. Thank you for that. Appreciate that. Chris, how you doing? And through Count Zacula, yes. Yes, Zach was shouting me out there during the week as well on Sunday after the golf. And I got quite a few subs after that, and I've been busy between sending out the spreadsheet links and stuff and updating everything, and then doing the picks. It's been a very very busy few days. Very busy few days. Australian Golf Open, Sensei. Um, I'm not going to do that one. I don't think I concentrate on the PGA. The only reason being is I don't have a lot of those guys on my database. It would take me forever to do the Australian Golf Open because I'd have to download all the players, get all their information, and inside a week it would take me forever, and then I'd have no time to decode. But that's why I concentrate on the PGA golf because that's where all my players are. They're based on the PGA Tour. I started this back in 2016, I think 2017, and I had help from a guy in the US. I was in the US, living in the US at the time, and most of it was all PGA stuff. So that's where the spreadsheets came from. This guy wanted to help me. He seen what I was doing. He thought it was a great idea. Didn't know much about geometry or anything, but he knew a lot about Excel, and then did the spreadsheets for me. And then I think he got busy. He wasn't able to update them, so I kind of learned how to do Excel myself. And now it's a Google Sheet program, which is almost the same as Excel. So I took it over myself and made it a wee bit better and easier to read as well. Khalif says, how did you come across geometry, or what world event woke you up? I was looking at it was the Sandy Hook. Sandy Hook woke me up. I was researching Sandy Hook, and I found Zachary Hubbard, and Zachary was actually starting out at the same time, and I started following him right away. And then he told me about sports, or he mentioned sports in one of his videos, that it was all rigged. At first, I didn't believe him. I couldn't believe him, to be honest. But then the very next NFL season started up, and the very first Sunday night game was the Cowboys-Giants. If you look back at the Cowboys-Giants 2014, the very first Sunday night game was Giants-Cowboys. And look at the end and how that ended. And that was me going. I was done. I was done with the NFL. And then I started looking into golf and started making the spreadsheet, or got help making the spreadsheets and stuff. So, yeah. I figured golf, I'd like to do golf, NASCAR, and the NFL. Golf's most money in golf and in NASCAR because they're great odds for them races and the golf tournaments every week. You know, it's the hardest. They're the hardest ones to do, but they're also, when you hit. You don't have to hit every week. You just our goal at the beginning of the year was to get once a month, just win one tournament a month. It's enough to keep us going. And we've hit 13 tournaments in like probably 9 months, because golf has taken off like probably a month and a half. I've had to take off a month myself because I hurt my shoulder, and plus my son was here visiting, so I couldn't really I couldn't really do anything. I couldn't type for about a whole month, and then from not typing, it actually helped. So what I was doing was too much, and that's what happened. It hurt. I had X-rays on my shoulder. Nobody could find out anything wrong, so it was basically typing too much and being on the laptop too much. But top G in golf. Top G for golf. Spandabs, thank you. All worldwide sports, pro sports. Yep, all sports are anything that's professional sports is all totally scripted, totally rigged. Even in Irish, I find it in Irish GAA sports as well. It's all BS basically. Every sport you can think of. If you look deep enough into any one of them, there'll be you'll find something there, that it tells you that it's all rigged. We have a Brandon here. Does Brandon want to come on? It says he's not connected, but nope. Sorry, I might have missed that, Brandon. Sorry about that. Let me see anybody else. Yeah, if you want to jump in there, the link is on the Discord group and here as well. I'll post it here. Let me post it again. Oops. There it is. Yeah, there's the link. If you want to join, jump in here. It's a long time since I did a live stream. I'm not very good at these. I don't know. I don't know much about live streaming. I had serious problems in the beginning trying to get on here, but it finally figured it out. Right, we're 20 minutes in. We got 14 people in here. Anybody else? The Cricket World Cup. Don't know much about cricket. Haven't really decoded any cricket tournaments. But yeah, somebody was messaging me about cricket. I have the first clue or idea about cricket. Unless I know something about it, I don't like to decode it because there's obviously something I'm going to miss not being used to even watching the sport. But yeah, somebody did message me about that. I think they're Australia. I think it's Australia and somebody else in the final. If I'm right or wrong, I don't know. Private chat, what's that mean? Hey, you're loud and clear. Thank you for that. Yeah. Yeah, there's a website, Khalif, called On This Day. It's called On This Day. You do a search on Google. It tells you all the events that say a certain date. Like if you put in On This Day for today, it'll tell you all the events that happened on this date throughout all the years in history. That's how we come up with a lot of our picks in golf as well. And a lot of our winners come through famous people that are connected to the golfer's name as well. Well, like last week it was Spider-Man, so we had to look up Spider-Man. The guy that created Spider-Man was Stan Lee, and he happened to die 5 years before this tournament ended. And of course, Villagis got his 5th win as well, so it was crazy stuff. That's the kind of stuff that happens weekly, though, in golf. Every week, there's always some riddle, you know. And then West was last, Eric West, and then Adam West was Batman. So somebody pointed that out on day 3, or maybe even earlier than that. The site, Khalif, is On This Day. On This Day is the name of the website. Biden's getting smoked. Somebody said that the 21st. I'll have to look for that. Yeah, I mean, we know between now and then he's probably going to go, you know, but you hate to say these things, you know. But who knows? He could have been dead a long time ago, you know. Pro sports is as real as a Hollywood movie blockbuster. That is true, Sensei. That is true. It's all, the world is a stage. It's all movies. Yep. It's all stuff like that. Yep. Does anybody else want to jump on here? Be great to hear from other people out there that have been paying attention. I've been members here for quite a while. I've had quite a few guys stick with me through thick and thin. I mean, last week, I just want to stress to people that we are not going to win every week in golf. It's not going to happen. It took us to February 6th to win last year. The first win was in February. So we were 4 or 5 weeks there without a win. But you just got to hang in. You got to hang in there, and because one win can weigh like Sunday there was 170 to 1. That doesn't happen every day either. But one win could keep you going for maybe 2 or 3 months, you know. And if you win 13 times out of 9 months, then wow, we'll be doing pretty good, you know. And plus, I'm a lot better than I was before February last year as well, because we learned something maybe beginning of last year, that connecting the names to famous people, to golfers, to famous people, that started beginning of last year. So ever since that, I felt we were going to be doing a lot better than we were. I did say it at the beginning of this, when I discovered that we would be getting a lot more wins, and we did. I'm a man of my word. I don't like to BS people. If you're going to expect to win every week, then it's just not going to happen. But we'll do our best. For a period there in like July, I think it was, we won 3 tournaments in a row. We were first, and then the next 2 were playoff losses. So we were first, tied for first, and tied for first in 5 tournaments, but we lost the last 2. So we went 3 first places and 2 seconds in 5 weeks. That was a great time doing that. It was a lot of fun. It was kind of unbelievable to do that. I mean, for that 5 tournaments in a row to come that close every time, it was crazy. But NASCAR too. We had a great start to NASCAR season last year, and then we went on a wee bit of a lull, maybe halfway through. And we were struggling a little bit. We still had great riddles; they just weren't coming through. But then at the end, we won 2 in a row, and then the final one, the final race was just the 4 guys that could win were just like there was connections for all 4. It just made it impossible. But you could have picked, 4 of those guys. The riddles were great for all 4. But we didn't get the winner, but we did okay. We did okay between the golf and the NFL. It keeps us above board. I might change the strategy for the NASCAR next season. Even though we won quite a bit, but I think we were probably just lost a few bucks on NASCAR last year or this year. Let's see. Well, Messi. That's the World Cup. Are you talking about the World Cup, Senzi, from last year? That was the World Cup was won by Argentina the day after the Pope's birthday. It was also 606 weeks, 6 days after the death of Osama bin Laden. And Osama bin Laden was from Saudi Arabia. The only loss Argentina had was against Saudi Arabia, which was a real shock. I mean, you losing to Saudi Arabia. But yeah, that was the connection to the World Cup, and also, of course, the Pope. Everything connects to the Pope as well, being from Argentina and his birthday being the day before. Yeah. But anybody else want to come on, or anybody else got any more questions? Just thanks everybody for coming on board, and everybody's very welcome. Please join the Discord. Help if you can help out. Just jump on there. We listen to everything, and of course we're ready to teach everybody what we're doing as well. We do a lot of it on the Discord group, and hope everybody feels like they're getting value for money as well here, because I'm not one to rob people for no reason. I would quit, if I was no good at this, I'd be quitting. And plus, people would let you guys know as well, all over my videos. If I was terrible at what I did, everybody would tell me on YouTube how bad I was. After Argentina lost to Saudi, the odds changed massively. Yep. Yes, that's right. Well, the odds went crazy then for Argentina because they got through the group, and it was after that game I figured it was going to be Argentina, even though I did have hopes for England as well, because there was a great riddle for England too. Qatar, I think Qatar got their independence from Britain exactly a year. Was it a year after Gareth Southgate was born? So it was exactly a year. So they were looking good as well. But of course, Argentina won at the end. Let's see. Yeah, thanks, Chris. Yeah, there's a great group of guys on the Discord. I've highly advise joining, because like the Denver Broncos the other night, we were talking about that on Discord, and I was afraid to put it up on Patreon because it wasn't rock solid. It was like there was a wee bit of doubt there as well. But we kind of nailed it on the Discord group. But some stuff like that won't be on Patreon will be on Discord. And if you feel like you want to take a chance on something that's not really, the full 99% sure, like the Raiders was on Sunday. Yeah, the Discord group is definitely the place to be. A lot of great guys on there. And it's Biden's birthday on Monday as well, so we'll see what happens. I'm wondering if the golf will get weather delayed and maybe finish on the Monday. I don't know. I mean, it's hard to tell, but we'll have to wait and see there. I don't know what the weather reports are for Georgia. The Discord name is my name. Bally go backwards. That's the name. If you're on the Patreon, send me a message on Patreon, a direct message. I will send you the link on there. I don't want to post it here. It's for Patreon members only. And then when you get on there, just turn your name blue. You'll find a link on there to turn your name blue, to how to do that on the actual page. Yeah, it's a weird thing, Chris, this week that there's 2 courses, I think, and half the players go on one course and half of them go on the other course, which probably make it quicker to play as well. So yeah, thanks, Pete. Fair play to you too. Pete Carr, obviously an Irish name. Don't know whereabouts in Ireland you are, but thanks for joining us. I have quite a few Irish people on here. People that are smart enough to figure out that sports are bullshit. But yeah, I have a fellow Donegal person as well. Garrett is around, and then a guy down in Cork, and Buck Old Boy as well is there somewhere. But yeah, a lot of Irish guys on here. I'm trying to convince my family to see through the sports as well, but some of them are listening, some of them are not. Galway, Pete's in Galway. All right, Pete. I've been to Galway once before. Had a great time down there. Need to get on the Patreon. Yeah, you do. Yeah, get on there, man. We're doing pretty good. Chris, are you Irish as well, Chris? Chris is Irish too, is he? I didn't know. Spread the word too, guys. Get as many people as you can on here, because we're making money, and I'd like to clean the bookies up, put them out of business, but not too much out of business where we still can bet. Barney Army, where is he? Get on here. That's my man from last weekend. Yeah. Okay, Chris, I got you. Sensei's from New Zealand. Hi to New Zealand down there. Barney Army, where are you? Get on here. It says device not connected.
Army, live and speaking. That was some sweat last weekend.
I'll tell you, boy. Yeah. I have to admire you, man. You hung with it anyway.
Yeah, I kind of did a bit of hedging the following day, so I knew I was going to win some money now, so I could leave it play out.
Yeah, that's a smart way to do it. If you're winning and you don't have the other guy, throw a few bucks on the other guy, and
yeah. So I had like the top 4 golfers. So
yeah,
it was basically just kind of hold out and see if Jagas won. That was it, really.
Right. Yeah. He did well.
Yeah.
So,
but yeah, hopefully another good weekend this weekend. It'll be great.
I'll be all right now. Yeah, you can't get too greedy.
Yeah,
but,
once a month, anyway.
Yeah, if we can win a month, we'll be happy. I mean, we average out one a month will be great.
Yeah.
Because it keeps you going. One a month will definitely keep us going throughout the whole year,
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. You're down in Cork, are you?
Down in Cork, yeah.
Yeah. All right, cool.
Actually, because I didn't even find you myself. It was my brother. He was on Twitter one day, and I didn't even really do betting back then. He just rang me. He said, "Did you have a Paddy Powers account?" I said, "Depends on the golfer for me." I think it was Sam Ryder at the time. Remember, he was like leading coming into the Sunday and he got beaten, I think.
Yeah, that was Sally Ride, the astronaut. It was on the anniversary of the space shuttle, I think, that weekend.
I think so, yeah. So that's where
Yeah,
I started taking notice. Then I was like, "What the hell is going on here?"
yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I made loads of videos about all these tournaments too.
yeah. I think you might have come across you on Twitter or something like that. I think.
All right, right. Very good. Well, you're welcome aboard anyway.
Oh no, it's great stuff. It's enjoyable. I've never
Yeah.
watched so much golf either.
Sundays are a bit better now, I
Oh,
think.
but we're actually looking forward to when Thursday starts again.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, it's nice, it's better than these tournaments that you have to wait till like for months and months, like the Super Bowl. Like you have to wait like 9 months and to win a couple of €100. Now you can do it in golf like every week if we could get
Big time, big
well,
time.
yeah, yeah. It's a nice wee buzz on a Thursday and through Sunday if we're up there. Yeah.
But yeah, I had celebratory Guinness right after something like
Oh yeah.
Amy.
Yeah, I like to chill out on Saturday. I do music on Saturday,
Oh, good
and
stuff.
yeah, Saturday and Friday and Saturday. So yeah, we had a big weekend here too. There was a festival going on, so then I like to chill out after I do the golf and just on the NFL, and then I'm done, and then I go for a few pints and the music and everything. But yeah, it's good to chill out.
Oh, definitely, definitely.
So let's see anybody else in here too.
Is it just the two here?
What's that?
Is it just two of us in here?
There's a load. Well, there's a few people listening to as well. There's like 14 on the
Oh yeah.
live stream here listening. There's one by Santi A is in New Zealand. Sensei is in New Zealand, and yeah, yeah. So a few New Zealand people and a few Irish people as well. Galway. Pete's from Galway. So that's about it. And Mackie's in New York. Mackie on Mars, New York. I love seeing the Guinness pint pictures at the end of the weekend. Yeah, yeah. I always like to put the pint of Guinness up there. Pennsylvania. What part of Pennsylvania, Chris? I lived in Philadelphia for a while. I was 22 years in Philadelphia area. Actually, New Jersey. I know. See. Oh yeah, that's Havo from Tijuana, Mexico, as well in there. Penn State. Okay, out there in Happy Valley. I got you. Central. Gotcha. Hi to Tijuana, Mexico as well. I remember, was it Havo? I think from a few years ago. It's been a long time. Okay. Welcome aboard. So, how are things about Cork, Barney? Barney Army. How's he going? How's he going? Oh, he's away. All right. I think Brandon was trying to join there. I know, Brandon. Are you still around there? Brandon. Says device not connected. I don't know what that means. Yeah, so yeah, that's basically everything, I guess. I don't know if anybody's got any more questions. I got 19 people in there, so there's a few new people came on there. Hi to the new guys. Anybody's got any questions? Let me know. Here's the link if you guys want to join in. Let me get the pasted on here. Yeah, there's Daria. Hi, Daria. Thank you for all your messages there. Appreciate them very much. Daria is a big supporter of mine and all the geometric community in general. Thank you for all your support. Always leave a message every week. I appreciate that. Thank you for that. And you too. Keep up the good work as well. You. She's always helping out everybody. Daria. And who else? Somebody else. I don't know. ABs and people. ABs. You think ABs and people like SPW? Who's SPW? I don't understand SPW. Are under some sort of mind control. Oh, that's you're talking to Sand. Okay, I got you. Yeah. All right. So, anybody else got any questions? Nope. Hey, from AZ, Arizona. Been watching your videos for a while now. Great work. Thank you for that, Logan. Appreciate it very much. Disambiguation 144. Hi. You're a bit late. That's okay. We'll stay on here for a little bit. I have a few minutes. Great work. Thank you for that. Disambiguation 144. Where's my music? You're the guy with doing all the music, right? Good stuff. Yeah. Anybody? Any questions? Any new guys that have questions or comments or anything? Ready for WW3? Man, it's looking like it. I have no idea. I haven't really looked at when World War III will start, but it's probably not far off. I'd say probably next year. Rory McIlroy? That little prick. Who knows? He's due to win the Masters, I guess, at something. Yeah. Which events are easier to decode, golf or NASCAR? Golf is pretty. I think golf is probably easier, to be honest. All right, Zachary's coming in here. Hold on a second. Here's Zach. Yo.
How you doing, Bali?
Not so bad. What's happening?
Oh, just came on to say congratulations. I see the continuous success, and I saw your big weekend here. So
yeah, it's it was that crazy day Sunday. You see this guy winning, but when you look at the odds, you're like, how the hell does it happen? 170 to 1. This guy was before the tournament started, so impressive. Now,
well, what was the clue for him?
Spider-Man. His nickname is Spider-Man. And Stan Lee, the guy that created Spider-Man, had died 5 years exactly before Sunday, and it was Villages' fifth PGA win as well.
I see. Are we getting echo?
Oh, is that me? Is it? Do I have to do something?
And you might have to click the settings and go to audio, and then there's a checkbox for echo cancellation.
All right, let me see here. I think I did that already. Hold on. Yeah, it's got a check mark on it. You sound fine to me.
Okay.
I don't know about anybody else. Anybody else hear the echo out there? I don't know, but
your research has always been awesome, and just things like that. Yeah, 170 to 1. So that's the best hit I've ever heard of in golf. I don't think I've ever done better than 40 to 1.
Right. So. Yeah. It's probably my best as well.
I think that might be unprecedented. So congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Uh,
Volume on monitor is too loud.
what was your what was the theme you were following for Sunday in the NFL?
Basically Arturo Sosa,
Yeah,
the Jesuit,
75th birthday.
Jesuit leader. Yeah.
Did you notice that Russell Wilson was the 75th pick of the draft and won on Monday Night Football?
No, I didn't get that part. I think what we had for that was the Peyton Manning.
Okay.
Peyton Manning was 174 days old or whatever, 17,400 days old, and Arturo Sosa's full name was 174 as well.
Huh.
And of course, Sean Payton he's the coach of the Broncos, Sean Payton, and then Peyton Manning used to play for the Broncos.
And then he also lost to the Saints when he was on the Colts, and his dad used to play on the Saints. So yeah,
right.
Great observation.
Yeah,
but Russell Wilson was the 75th pick of the draft. And then he got his 54th road win, of course. Like Bills was 54 in Jesuit order.
Right. Yep. Yeah, there was loads of connections there. Basically, most of them were like I would say all of our picks, apart from the Raiders. The Raiders was the Harrison Ford connection with the Raiders. The Raiders of the Lost Ark, the movie. Harrison Ford was 976 months old, and it was the Raiders' 976th game as well. There was a few other things for the.
Baldy, I've lost track of time. How long have you been doing it for now?
I've lost track of time myself. Since about 2014, as soon as I found out sport, like you said, sports were bullshit, and I kind of didn't believe it but I didn't discard it. I always had it in the back of my mind. I'm going to check this out, and then I watched the first game on the first NFL Sunday night game, the Giants Cowboys. That was the game that did it for me. That told me sports was bullshit. And then, of course, after that, I looked into golf because golf's the most money for me. I'm a greedy bastard. Like I like to go with the biggest sports. I do golf, NASCAR, and the NFL as well. And,
big odds in golf and NASCAR.
Yeah, and some guy on Twitter saw what I was doing in golf, and he wanted to help, but he didn't know anything about gematria. So he knew Excel, and he did the spreadsheets for me. He asked me what I wanted, and I told him, and he did them up for me in about a couple of weeks. And
that's good teamwork.
Yeah,
I'm sure the spreadsheets have saved a lot of time. So,
we do have to update them every week, and it does take time that way. But still, it's a lot of help for us.
Sure, it's a lot quicker than like inserting the information from scratch each time.
Yep, so. Every week. Yeah.
Very cool. Before 170-1, what was your best hit in golf for odds?
I was trying to think of that myself. It was around 150. I know I hit a couple of times for 150.
That's big too.
Yeah, that was huge. That was before I started the Patreon, I think, or maybe just after.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
I hit twice within a couple of weeks. I hit twice for 150-1.
Sure. So would you say, I would say from the outside looking in at your research, it seems that the majority of the narrative is finding the hidden narrative, like what you just said with Stan Lee and Spider-Man and the connection with the golfer. But then it's also the gematria piece that sometimes can really help see what's the better narrative for that weekend. Would you agree with that?
Yes. What I would do first, though, is forget about the gematria part until the end. I would go try and find the riddle first, and then see if you can get the gematria to match up.
Sure.
That's the way. And if the gematria matches up, then you're on. You're going to be pretty close, if not the winner.
Sure.
But I do like to get the riddle first rather than concentrate on gematria, because it would take you all day to go through 156 golfers' gematria names. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And then their middle names as well. You have to count their middle names. I know on my NASCAR spreadsheet I have all the gematria names first, their middle names as well on the spreadsheet, but I don't have it in golf because it just takes too much time.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. And really, when I think about it, the first real future I hit it was from really understanding the narrative of what they were doing with that NFL season and the news and the race war, and then just seeing how the Broncos and the Panthers made so much sense with the symbolism, and then the
Mhm.
gematria also fit once I looked into it. So
Yeah,
yeah, and that again, I think you've been a shining example of if you can find the narrative, that's where it is. But then the gematria can be the extra lens to say, okay, this makes a lot of sense.
right. Yeah, and it can take a lot of time. It takes me. I mean, I don't like go through these games. It takes me, a few hours to go through the games, and maybe another day as well. To find the narrative, or to find the link, and to find the riddle behind the games. I mean, it took. Well, when I see the Raiders, I automatically think Raiders of the Lost Ark, and I try to look at that, and sometimes it doesn't pop up, that it doesn't work, it doesn't fit. But last Sunday when I looked at it, I'm like, oh my God, it's Harrison. I said that's an automatic lock, and I put it on Twitter like that I had a lock for Sunday. I was going to post it, and I posted it before the game, and it hit then later that night.
It was Sunday Night Football, right? Raiders over
Yep,
Jets.
yeah, Sunday Night Football. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I definitely didn't go 5-0 on Sunday, but I did also favor the Raiders in that game. So,
All right. Yeah,
but
yeah,
the
yeah.
Raiders of the Lost Ark. So that's the thing. Yeah, once you learn like a pattern that they're doing things, then you can check it as time goes on. See, I've never really done that with the Raiders and Raiders of the Lost Ark, but I do that with a lot of other things. So that's what I always told people. When more people find this knowledge and use it, they'll use their own brain. Like you have a lot of knowledge. You're really good at going through history and connecting the dots on a lot of things. I'm
Mhm.
like, man, what a great connection. So, do you think? How old are you, Bali?
53.
53?
Yep.
Okay, so you have a life of experience. Um,
I spent 22 in America, so I kind of know a lot about American sports as well, so
sure,
yeah.
sure. Yeah, I'm just always amazed at the connections that you're able to make. A lot how when you make a connection, is a lot of times it is what you already know in your head and connecting dots are already there, or is it because you're actually digging into things to find it?
No, it's stuff that I already know or I have a fair idea.
Right. That's what I assume.
Yeah,
That's
and
what I
from
assume.
doing sports so much and so long, it's just it sometimes it comes up several times, and then I'll remember it for the next time.
Sure.
It's
Sure.
like golf as well. Like on my spreadsheets, I have on the right hand side, I have all the things connecting to that player, like player's name. Like if it's like Spider Man, I'll write Spider Man in there, and or somebody connecting to his name or his last name, his first name, whatever. Every single golfer I have all that information written in there. So on a Saturday morning, I go through all the golfers' names and all the connections, and I'll type in their birthdays and see how many days it is to their death, or to the tournament, and then do their death date as well if they died or whatever. Every I don't miss any golfer. Every single one I go through every one, and that's how we're able to get so many hits.
Yeah, you've been doing great. The track record is impressive. So
Thanks. Yeah, 13 hits I think in 9 months of golf.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. For people to understand, if you're thinking, oh, that's just a little bit more than one a month, but just say you bet every weekend when you hit with those big odds, you're way ahead in paydays. So
yeah, yeah. We don't need to hit every week in golf or in NASCAR. We were doing really, really good in NASCAR at the beginning, and I kind of fell off in the middle of the season. We had great riddles; they just weren't hitting. But then
sure,
at the end, we got
sure.
two in a row at the end, and towards the end of the season, so it kept us put us back in the game a wee bit. But we're way ahead in profit in golf. Not so much in NASCAR, but in the NFL we are as well. So
Right. You win
we-
some, you lose some, and yeah,
yeah,
sometimes you scratch your head at what happened. It's like it was hitting so well. What happened?
yeah, because they kind of. I noticed too. They don't like to stick to the same thing 2 weeks in a row. They'll switch it up, to just throw you off. Like you might think the same guy or
It's not
same
like it
riddle.
used to be. They used to just do the same
Yeah.
thing all season for the most part. It's like 30. It's like to make a point of how things have gotten more challenging. This week on Monday Night Football, like historically, wherever the 33 was on Monday Night Football is what played. This is the way it was back in 2014, 2015, 2016. Now you're looking at things like this almost every Monday. Josh Allen, do you pick him to get his 33rd career loss or his
Yeah,
33rd career home win? They
yeah.
structure a lot of games like this now, so you've got to make a decision. And honestly, if you have to answer that question, it does seem like historically the win-loss that matters the most is the all-time win-loss rather than the home away record, just like Josh Allen did get his 33rd career loss rather than 33rd home win. But they still make you pick and choose a lot more, and it didn't used to be that way. And again, that's because a lot of people have learned this knowledge from people like Bali and myself, and they've made the casinos pay. So
yeah, well, if I see something like that, I'll usually look somewhere else. I'll look for something else, like not even a 33. I'll just look for a riddle. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And see if I can find it. Because I think that's really the best way to go.
That's one of the things we looked at because we thought the Broncos had a good chance to upset, and to take them with the points was a really safe bet. That was my advice. But we noticed that he was the 75th pick, and I said, wouldn't that fit perfect with the Superior General's 75th birthday? And home team's going 7-5, and Indianapolis in the big 75 ritual start today. And sure enough, the 75th pick steals the show on Monday Night Football. So
right, yeah, and on the Colts one as well.
Yeah, and after the death of Matt Ulrich, the Colts player who died at 41, who was on the Super Bowl 41 team.
Oh, okay, right, yeah.
Now I got to ask you: Did you see the Ravens getting upset by the Browns?
The Ravens getting upset. I stayed away from that game. I stayed away from it because the Browns have burned me the last few weeks. I would have been perfect for the last 3 weeks, only for the Browns. So I was like, I seen one little narrative for the Browns. I'm like, I'm not touching it. I'm staying away. They burnt me 2 weeks in a row. So last week I stayed away, and we were 4-1 the week before. We were 4-1 the week before last, and then we were 5-0 this week. And I stayed away from the Browns because
I get the strategy.
Yeah, I just I couldn't be like they just burned me so much. I was like, no, I'm not doing it again. But
that game definitely burned me this week. It's the game that burned me the most because it was 179 days from Jim Brown's death, the 41st prime, and we both know Baltimore's 41. And had the Ravens won at home, they would have been 4-1. And the week began with the Colts' former coach Reich losing and falling to 41-41 the day after the death of the guy at 41. So I was like, I don't see why Baltimore wouldn't become 4-1 against the Browns since the Browns became Baltimore. And sure enough, they blow the game at the end. I always love when I get a Cleveland game wrong and the score's 33. I just laugh every time. I'm like, oh God, it feels like getting kicked in the nuts. But yeah, that Ravens Browns game this weekend, I was just like, come on.
It never fails the 33 with Cleveland,
Yeah. So, anyway, I just want to come on and say, keep up the great work, Bali. And,
cheers, thank you.
Also remind you that I can't control everybody in the community as well.
Yeah, I know that, but I mean, you were like you were backing him up, and you were like promoting him, and you were doing this stuff. I'm like, this guy needs to go. He's just.
Is that true though? I don't feel like it was that much.
Yeah, I mean, anybody else would be gone. Like it's just I don't know what the hell's wrong. What is it with him? He's something. He has a big problem.
Bali, just since we broached it, if you ever went back and look at like when I promote you. I never have any reservations on you. I just say you do great work and you're a great guy and support Bali. When I talk about Itachi, I say things like, he's helping out in the sports community. Some people really like what he does. He's expanding the research, but there might be there's some personality. I mean, I don't know what to think of him as well. And there are some things that sometimes I think are red flags, and there's definitely some things that bother me. But at the same time, it's like, just don't watch him. You know what I mean? And to be honest, sometimes it's hard for me to watch his videos because I'm like, why are you doing this?
But he stole pics from me on my thing and then posts them on Patreon. And I'm a member of his Patreon because I was basically helping, he was a member of mine. I helped him out by becoming a member of his.
Okay. If that's true, I would say that he should ask you before he does that. But really, this is the way I would just look at it. I would look at that as flattery because people have always stolen each other's picks. I don't steal anyone's picks for the record, but people have always taken my older work. And anyway, just look at it as flattery, Bali. And the reality is, I bet at the end of the day, there's not nearly enough people deserving your work for what it deserves. I already know that's true. Just like Itachi, even though he can work a lot on what he's doing over there, even for the good things that he's doing, it's not getting enough attention. Everybody deserves to get more attention. So there should just be more cooperation. But I totally got where you're coming from, but it's just, I mean, these things have happened before because there have been new people that have come into the community. I've promoted different people, and I try to give everyone the benefit of the doubt. But yeah, again, Bali, it's like just there. And the weird thing about this community is we're doing something important. We're putting out knowledge. We're exposing. These are multi-billion-dollar industries. We're not only taking advantage of, but we're literally exposing how rigged they are and how big of a joke it is and how sick it is a lot of the time. So there are people that are sent here to kind of act like they're our friends and infiltrate and cause friction. And again, is he one of those people? I don't know for sure either way. But it's just I noticed that you kind of like, I could tell that there was a tension from you towards me because I didn't do more about him, and I just thought that was unfortunate. Because notice, Bali, I've never gone away from you, and I've always promoted you and shared your work and said you guys got to check him out. He's the best in the biz.
Oh yeah, I know
But
that. I appreciate that. I just don't like what he did, and you know, I think it's a very, I don't know, it's a bad characteristic in a person to do something like that. It just tells me a lot about that person. I mean, to
sure.
blatantly do that and be on his Patreon. I mean, what did he think he was doing? Like, you know what I mean? He
I
pretended
agree,
this
and
was his
he's a
own.
young person too. I mean, I'm younger than you, and he's a lot younger than me. So I mean, he has a lot to learn, and he made some serious mistakes, and he knows it, and he's hopefully it improves things in the future. But um, yeah, it's just I really do wish there's always been so much infighting, and I think it's because people purposely come here that are kind of agent provocateurs. I know, for example, he was getting into it with the woman last year about this time, and that really bothered you too. But then notice it
Yeah,
got weird with the woman too, and it's like, okay, was she ever here for good intentions?
right.
So
Yeah.
just recognize, Bali, there's some of us, like I think you're a sincere human being and you're really here for all the right reasons, because that's all I've really ever seen out of you.
Uh-huh.
There's some people who might seem like they're here for that, but maybe they're here for something else. So just again, I will always promote you and recommend you because you've proven yourself and you've been a great asset to the community, and you've helped expand, my research and other people's research.
Uh-huh.
But even Itachi, even because he does have a lot of negative qualities, there's things he's done and shown that have also helped like broaden doors and wake people up. So again, just as a community, unless somebody's really just trying to sabotage you for no reason, I mean, just if you can't stand their material, I would just say just don't watch it. And that's mostly what I do with this
Yeah.
stuff.
Well, I don't really deal with them. I mean, I don't. You know, I don't, luckily I don't have to deal with them, but I don't bother with them because I kind of stay away from that kind of stuff. But I just didn't like it. I thought it was a horrible thing for him to do. I mean, and I have to question everything he comes up with. Is he getting that from his own head, or is he stealing it from somebody else? I don't know, but
Sure, sure.
I
Well,
don't know.
remember though, he is a smart guy. He did go to a very prestigious university, so he has a
Uh,
brain on him. And
yeah,
yeah, again, Bali, I mean, you shouldn't be shocked that people are going to copy your picks. You've done amazing things. So I mean, that's just the way it is. And really the way I would look at it is if people are doing that, eventually the word's going to get out that Bali's the source of these guys whose greatest picks of the years, they were really Bali's. That's only going to come back to you in the end. So
yeah, I suppose you're right there. Yeah, but it's just I don't know. I just didn't like it. I didn't think it was. I think it was like a little, as somebody said, there a sneak move or snake move, But
I agree. They should like if you use somebody else's pick, you should say, "Listen, I'm on their Patreon, and you should support them." But I got to share this one. But would you mind if he had done it that way? If he'd left a post like, "Hey, I'm on Bali's Patreon, and I got to
yeah.
share his pick because it's so good, and I agree for this reason," would that bother you?
No, I mean even just mention it to me beforehand, and I probably would have said okay, fine, But to do it like the way he did it, I mean, and me being honest, I mean, how is he still cooked up or something? I mean, I'm there. I'm on his Patreon. I'm going to fucking see it, Oh my god! I mean,
Uh,
how stupid is it,
yeah, yeah. No. So anyway, I guess the lesson is for anybody out there: if you are going to ever do sports decoding and try to help other people benefit, if you're taking from somebody else, you should probably give them credit. I mean, it's the
Yeah,
right thing to do. So,
yeah, yeah. It's
if
like
ever,
when, I put up a post tonight on my Patreon for the golf, and there was a guy on our Patreon or on the Discord who made a nice connection to one of the golfers this weekend, and I put it on the Patreon that it was him that came up with it. So stuff like that. If you come up with it, somebody came up with it, then you give them the credit for it, and that's probably
right?
okay to
Yeah.
do.
And again, there's something also to like being a decoder, but then recognizing who the other good decoders are, and when they have a decode that you especially agree with, and you share it, and you say, "Listen, I really like what they're doing." I mean, again, that's just like sharing the wealth,
Yeah.
spreading the information, helping each other out, and again, just what's the phrase about? A rising tide lifts all sails, or whatever it is. I think that needs to be the mentality. So.
Yeah, probably, yeah. Yeah.
All right, Bali. Well, have a great rest of your day and keep up the good work. And
All right.
I'm glad you're here doing what you're doing. So thank you.
All right. Thanks, Zach, for jumping on. Thank you. Appreciate that.
All right. You have a good day
All right. Take care.
or evening. It's late over there. All right. Take
yeah,
care.
it's night. 11:15 at night here.
Yeah. I forgot. You're a ways ahead of me. It's 3 in the afternoon out here. So
Yeah. Don't go on too late tonight now. I'll be on listening later on. So keep it brief till 2 o'clock and then knock it off.
unfortunately, I'm probably not going to do TFR tonight. But
okay. All right.
yeah. But yeah, you have a good rest of your evening.
All right. Take care. All right.
Yeah, take care.
All right. Take care. Thanks. All right. Bye-bye. There's the Zach man. The Zach man. All right. Sorry, you guys. There was a lot of questions coming in there. I didn't really get to them. But yeah, and I don't know how to go back up now. How do I go back up to the top? But no, it's not moving for me. Anyway, yeah, that was nice of Zach to come on there. I made it a little bit more interesting. Yeah, some of the trolls, Tachi, he did a little sneak move, all right. I mean, I'm on his Patreon just as a favor because he joined mine, I joined his. And then the next golf tournament goes up and he puts up, I had one for Jason Day. I think it was Mother's Day and his mother just passed away. And like it was a kind of a sick tribute to Jason Day. And he puts it up on his and puts the same exact wording on it as well. And then the NASCAR one, he stole my George Bush, was 911 months old, I think, for one of the races. And we went with one of the Bush drivers, and he stole that as well and put the exact wording the same way. And I'm like, this guy crazy. I mean, I'm on his Patreon. I see his post. It's exactly the same as mine. And I just had no time for the guy after that. He's just like, he's speaking nice to you, like, oh, you're a great guy, you're a great guy. And then underneath, behind your back, he's stealing your picks like that. Anyway, I don't deal with him anymore. It's just, I moved on and past it. It's been a while now, and I don't see too much of him or hear from him. So that's all good for me. But yeah, I'll try and give credit where credit is due, is what I do. And even on my Discord, I don't like when people come on there and say they have stuff from another person's Discord group and say, look at who this guy has. I don't like that. I always like to discard that or not let people do that and not post it on there because it isn't fair on the other guy either. I've done that a few times. Habo, best of luck. Thank you. Best of luck to you too, man. I will see you on the Patreon also. All right. You were going on an hour here. Anyway, anybody else got any questions? Pete Carr, Gold Star. Thank you, buddy. Source your essay material, classic English. Exactly. Yo, Vladimir Lowe. Yo, how you doing, man? Another new member. Thank you for that, and thank you for your message. And RD74X, how you doing as well? You're quite right. The biggest troll. Correct. Trying to see if anybody else just wants to come on here. There's a bunch of guys down here, but I don't know if they want to come on. They were on already. But I don't know if they want to come back on or not. Yeah. So we are all paywalling the most sacred knowledge in the universe. Yeah. Paywalling the most sacred knowledge in the universe. Well, it is sacred knowledge, yeah. It's on out there, and if you want to learn it, some people don't believe in it. To those people, I would say, open your minds, because sometimes you might not want to hear it, but sometimes you have to hear it, and you have to open your ears and listen. Sometimes a lot of people don't want to listen, and I've gone through that a lot of times. I would say about 30% of the people I tell about this, 30% of people don't get it. The other 70% do get it. I was chatting to a few people there, and this lady, I was chatting to her, and she wanted to talk all night about it. She was so impressed and so surprised and in awe of the way sports are being fixed and rigged, especially golf, because that's where my knowledge is golf, because I've done it the longest. But yeah, so I was telling her all the guys that won on certain dates. But yeah, correct, Zach. Yep, correct. Paywalling. I mean, there's a lot of knowledge out there for free as well. I charge because this is what I do. This is what I do. I'm one of the guys that makes a living off of this. Even if I didn't have the Patreon, I'd probably be able to live off of it as well. But times are getting a little tougher now with things get more expensive. And I may have to put the price up soon. I may have to do that. But for now, I'm going to stick with it. Any more questions out there, guys? Because we're gonna knock off here in a few seconds. Thanks everybody for watching and taking part as well. Thanks Zachary for jumping on here also. But anyway, we'll sign off for now, and we'll talk to you guys on the Discord and the Patreon later on. And again, thanks everybody for watching, and I will talk to you guys later.